Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with rEpEat by Palfly Kampling. So this continues our Sudoku rules do not apply theme week. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's go over the rules to this one. So normal Sudoku rules do not apply. So we are still filling, still we're doing rows and columns. So each row and column has the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. However, boxes have exactly 5 unique digits in them. So one of the digits will repeat and one of the digits will be omitted. So say we're omitting the 6 from this box. I'm going to ignore the rest of the constraints here. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 or 2. We can't do a 3 here in this case because the 3 would be in the column. But we're going to have one repeated digit in the box, in this case the 2. And we're going to have one omitted digit in the box, which is this, in this case the 6. All right, we also have arrows in the grid. Let's just go over a simple example. Whatever digits go on the arrow, they sum to the value in the circle. So if this was 5, these would sum to 5, making this 2, 3, or 1, 4. Right? 1 plus 4 is 5. That works. And digits can repeat. So there's no additional non-repeat rule introduced by the arrows. So, for example, this could be a 2 and this could be a 2, and that would be perfectly fine. All the other rules are allowing that. And the arrow doesn't additionally create a non-repeat. So you are allowed to repeat on arrows, assuming other rules allow it. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. So I think starting with this impossible arrow, I'm going to call it impossible arrow, is a good start. Because normally, if we had a normal 6x6 Sudoku, the minimum we could put on here is 1, 2, 3, which is already 6. The minimum I could put here is 1, and the sum would be 7. So that means that I have to repeat a digit within this box here. Within these 3, I have to repeat a digit. And the only way I'm doing that is like this. If this was the repeated digit, I can't repeat it in the column, I can't repeat it in the row, and now I don't have a repeated digit, right? And I can only have one repeated digit because the box has exactly one repeated digit. So I'm going to mark these green. I'm going to probably just use green for these digits repeat within the box, and I'll just use green in every box for where the repeats are, so I can keep track of that. So these 2 repeat. Now, let's think about this a little bit. So we could definitely repeat a 1. That's fine. That would be 1 plus 1 is 2. That'd be fine. I think we can repeat the 2 as well. That would add to 4. The only way we do that, though, is if this was a 1 and this was a 1. So if we repeat the 2, then these are both forced to be 1s, and then we'd add to 6. If I repeated the 3, that's already 6, and that's no good. So I'm repeating 1 or 2. And this can't be 4 then, right? If this was 1 plus 1, that's 2 already. These would add to 4 maximum. So they'd be from 1, 2, 3. They're never 4 because the sum of these 2 is maximum 4. Okay. That's a start, I suppose. I think we have to think about more things here. Now, what does this add to minimum? If this was 1 and 1, this could be 2, that's 4, and this could be 1, which is 5. So this can be as big as 5. This is the smallest 5, so it's a 5 or 6. Now, something interesting is this box omits green. How do I know that? Well, this row can't have green in it because that green, and this row can't have green in it because of that green, because green doesn't repeat in rows and columns, or none of the digits do. So this box omits green, which means it doesn't omit any other digit besides whatever green ends up being. These 2 are the same digit as each other, and they're not green, so I might as well give them purple for now. I don't know if colorings can be necessary or not, but... All right, let's think about this arrow then. So this arrow doesn't have green on it. So it can't be a 1, 2. Because the 1, 2, this would be a pair because they share a row. They can't repeat. And so they'd be a 1, 2 that omit green, but green is one of the 1, 2s, so that's no good. So the minimum I could do is 1, 3 here, adding to 4. So this is 4, 5, or 6. 1, 3 would put a 2 here. It would also mean, okay, that would be no good. So actually, if this was a 1, 3 pair, that would make this 2. But the issue is that the 1, 3 pair here also means that one of these is a 1, which would force the greens to be 2s. Right? If this was 1, 3, this green couldn't be a 1, so it would be a 2. If this was 3, 1, this green would be 1, right? So wherever the 1 ends up, green does not end up 1. And that makes both of these 2, but it also makes this one a 2 because it can't be 1, and that already adds to 6, and that's no good. So we're not doing 1, 3, so it can't add to 4. Now, can we omit? We can't do 3, 4 adding to 7, so we are going to have a 1 or a 2. It's just the other 1, 2 that isn't green. Other 1, 2 that isn't green. So we could be, I guess we could say we could be 1, 4 to add to 5, or we could be 2, 3 to add to 5, or we could be 1, 5 to add to 6, or we could be 2, 4 to add to 6. I mean, it doesn't really help, does it? Let's see, is 3 still possible here? That's an interesting question. I think so. It would force this to be 6, but... So if this was 3, what we know is... Wait, hold on. Did I... Oh, I think 3 isn't possible here, and no matter what. I think I don't need a 3 here. So if this was 3, let's think about it. These definitely couldn't be 2, 2, 3. That's not going to happen. So it's 1, 1, 3. That's 1 plus 1 plus 3. That's 5. This would be another 1. That's no good. So my analysis for 3 was off. So that's never 3. Okay, and so that means this is green. Because remember, the non-green, I don't know, let's call... I'm gonna change this actually to red. Because I like to match green and purple together. That's kind of just in my head. Green and purple contrast. So whenever I do pair coloring with green, I use purple with it. So we know the purple 1, 2 ends up somewhere on this arrow because it needs a 1 or a 2 and it can't have green. And so then this ends up green for the row because it's the other 1, 2. And since these are all the same, they can't all be 2s, so they're all 1s. Okay. Now if this is a 2, they add to 5. If this is a 3, they add to 6. So these are kind of connected. Okay. That's a lot of 1s that we just placed. I don't know if this box needs a 1, but if it does, it goes here. Okay, so that means that this has a 2 on it, I guess I should say. So I don't need green and purple anymore. I'll use this to remind myself they're the same digit. Because they're called 1 and 2. So this is either 2, 3, or it's 2, 4. These are a 3, 4, 5, or 6. So is this, for what it's worth. Because 1 and 2 are used. Now, this is a 5, 6 pair. This adds to it. It doesn't. No, this has to be a 4 then, because we can't do 1, 2 here. The 2's up here. Oh no, we can repeat the 2. Sorry. If we repeat the 2, we could do 1 here and 2 here and 2 here, and that would let us add to 3. Otherwise, we add to 4. In which case, we'd be a 1, 3 pair. This is from 1, 2, 3. That's not a 1. I've got to be really careful about box logic here. So we don't have to repeat the 2, but we repeat either the 2 or the 3. No. Do we? I could do 1, 3 here with 2, 4 here, and this being 4, 6, and that would work perfectly fine. Okay. If I did that, yeah, then this... Okay, oh, so, well, sorry, this column has a 2, 3 pair now. So let's just do that. That makes this a 4. So none of these are 4s, but with a 4 here, this has to be 2, 4 adding to 6. That makes this 5, and that makes that 2, which makes that a 3. And now this can't add to 5 because 5's in the column already. So we have to do 3, 1, 4. Okay, so this did end up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have to repeat a digit. So this repeats either the 4 or the 6. These aren't 6 anymore. So that's a 3, 5. So this is a 3, 5 pair. I contrast red with yellow. So that's the yellow 3, 5 for what it's worth. How about up here? The 1 already repeats. So the remaining digits are 3, 4, 6. We can't repeat another digit, and this can't be 4 or 6. So that's 3. Can't repeat another digit, so this is 4 or 6. And so this is, oh, yeah. So this column finishes with a 2. This column is a pair. It's a 5, 6 pair, and this column is a 3, 5 pair. So we know the 5 repeats in this box. I said I was going to color the repeats. So this is the repeat in this box. This is the repeat in, no, sorry, one of these repeats, but this is a repeated digit in this box. I don't know whether it's one of these two. And then the 5 repeats in here. Maybe I don't need to color the repeats. I think that's fine. Oh, I don't know the reason to do that. Oh, this can't be 3 anymore. So this is 5s, this is 3, and we don't have to give a color to them. Okay. So now we have 1 through 6 placed. We don't really need colors. Okay, so since we know this repeats the 5, this box doesn't have a 5 in it. So it's got every other digit besides 5. Do I really want to do that? I don't know. So we can clean this up a little bit. Definitely not putting 6 on this arrow. All right. This doesn't have 1 in it. So does every other. So, okay, this row needs to finish with a 4, 6. Which is this. Let's see. That's the repeated digit in this box, the 4 or the 6. Because we can't repeat the 5. I don't know where it repeats, though. Let's see here. What else can I do? I keep wanting to do roping and stuff, but that's not how this works. We repeat a 1, 3, or 5. Can we... Oh, how about 5 in this column? Yeah. Just using rows, this isn't a 5, this isn't a 5. That's not a 5, and we know these aren't 5s because we have a 5s in the row over here. So 5 in this column goes here, and that's our repeat. So these are from 2, 4, 6, because they can't repeat the 1 or the 3. I feel like this arrow might be key. Is there any digit that doesn't work here? I could do the 1... I could... Okay, I can't do 1, 1, 2, because this can't add to 2. 2's in the row. I could do 1, 4. Oh, so the 1 here doesn't work, because we can't add to 2 or 5. So this is not a 1. 2, we could do 2, 1 with a 3, or we could do 2, 4 with a 6. With 3, we could do 3, 1 with the 4. Something going on there. 2, 1, or 2, 4, or 3, 1. Yeah. Shoot. No, I don't think there's anything I can do with that. There must be something easier here. No 5 in here. What's our missing? Is it this? So these are from 2, 3, 4, 6. It's not a 3. 1 in this column, that's it. Yeah, 1's not here, 1's not here. This can't be 1 because I limited, because of the arrow, this can't be 1. We can't add to 5, 2 or 5. So this is the 1 for the column, and that makes this have to be the 4 because of the row. So that's not a 4. Now, we're not doing 4, 3. We're doing 4 plus 2 is 6. That makes this a 3. And this repeats the 1 or the 6. I'm not sure which. That's not 4, that's not 2. This now, the 3 makes this 5. Column makes this a 3. 5 makes this a 6 and a 5. Okay, so that's a repeated 5. So this 1 repeats here. So we have multiple repeated 1s. All right, that's 4 and 6. That's 4, 6, and 2. We get our 6, 3, 2, and 4, and we're done. All right, interesting puzzle, Palfly. Yeah, it's kind of mind-bending to have to repeat 1 in each box because you can't use like a lot of the normal like techniques that you normally would. Have to be really careful about not applying techniques blindly that you normally would in Sudoku. All right, very cool. It's interesting this ended up adding to 5. So the impossible arrow ended up adding to lower than the maximum, which is interesting. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.